Welcome everybody to Real Life Matters. And coach, I am your host, DBoss. And today I'm telling you, before we even start, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, DBoss Networks. Also subscribe to the guests that come on, follow them, buy their stuff. It's not very hard. But today we've got a very special guest for you. She is known for her most distinctive voice in contemporary gospel music, and she is called the ultra soulful songstress, and she has so much other things going on. And she's an actress, a teacher, an author, a writer, and there's so many things to her. But we are going to dissect her down today, and we're going to find out what she's doing on her journey. So with no other further ado, I introduce to you Jessica REEDY.
Hello, what an introduction. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You didn't expect that one.
Not at all. Not at all. Thank you. It is an honor to be on your show. It is an honor.
Thank you. I'm telling you, it's just been today. You don't have any different name. Your name is Jessica REEDY.
My name is Jessica REEDY. Yes, from Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay, so you're from Michigan.
I am.
Wow.
That's why I know how cold it is in Canada. So I am.
This weather has been up and down. I don't know what's happening. One day you need some skis. Next minute you need a toboggan. Next minute you don't know what. Your umbrella.
You have to wear shorts and a mink coat. You don't know which weather you want to tend to.
We really got those North Face and all those coats. Those expensive coats got the usage up to now. So they can't say, and the boots too, because you can wear your little fancy boots.
I have to say that this is why I love winter, though. I love winter boots. Oh,
I love boots. Period. Yes. I like any type of boot.
Yes. So I look forward to wearing my boots.
It's nice. Boots are so fashionable. They get some zips, the fringes on them. I like those kind of.
You can do the knee high, the thigh high, the ankle.
I haven't got that thigh high one. I hope it can go up my leg because I'm pretty tall.
How tall are you? I'm 5'10".
I'm 5'11". So
no. Oh, I love height. Oh, you should see my heels. Oh.
Girl, I would wear my heels too.
I still pray that God give me at least 3 inches on my knees. I said, God, come on, you can still extend me. I love height. Oh, I love height. I love it.
I love my height too, but a lot of people call us the Jolly Green Giants. I said, well. But it's hard to get clothes. But clothes, that's the only problem, But once you see them, you just have to have money ready all the time. So you can, you see it, you pick up a blue, a black, a red, whatever color they have, you clear the rack.
You know what? The most difficult task is shoes because I wear size 11.
Me too.
I have to be the first one when they come in. I'm the first. Hey, give me that one size 11 that you ordered because they only order 1 or 2 size. And
it's so crazy. Yes. And now they're making, and sometimes the 11 isn't really 11. It's like a 10.
A 10 skinny too, not even like a 10 wide where your foot can fit. So
you always got to go up a size, a 12. When you take 11, you got to go up a 12. I don't know if they're reducing the sizes or what. I don't know what's happening.
I don't either.
but we already have trouble getting shoes. When I'm in there, if I see 6 pairs and they got the size, I'm coming out with the 6 pairs.
I'm trying to tell you.
And people are like, "Oh, people come back. You can't come back because it's not going to be there."
Then they say, "Well, we're going to have to order it, ma'am." And I say, "Well, no, I need to try it on. See my foot." But I digress.
Well, Bass shoes are pretty good. They're right on point. Bass. I don't know. Yeah, BASS. They're
BASS. I'm gonna write it down. Listen,
they're on point. It's 11. It's a real 11.
Boss. Okay, I got it. Bass shoes.
BASS. So, Jessica, there's so much aspects to you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, what are we gonna do? When did you know that you could sing and do music?
Okay. My grandfather, before he passed, was a pastor of our family church. And I was the baby. I'm the youngest of 5. My mother is the oldest of 7. My grandmother is the oldest of 14. I come from a very big family. And I come
Wow.
from a very musical family. So every person in my family can sing. So if there was somebody you wanted to sing, it wouldn't be me because there are so many options. There's so many different textures of voices. My mother has this very deep, sultry voice. My grandmother had this very high pitched soprano voice. You got my aunties from high low. Any voice you're looking for is in my family. So I'm not
Okay.
your first choice. I'm an option
Wow.
based off of what you feel like, what you're in the mood for. So my grandfather, being that my mother and her siblings would praise and worship, they sung the praise and worship. They were the choir members. What happened was my grandfather always had a complicated time getting somebody to do the song before his sermon.
Mm.
And I don't know when he heard me sing. I don't know how he heard me sing. I don't even remember. But all I know is one Sunday, my grandfather said, you know what? I'm going to call my grandbaby up to sing for me. And I'm looking around like it's probably going to be one of my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me. And I was about 6 years old.
What?
And yes, and I was shaking in my boots. And from that moment on, I sung the song before his sermon. Not
Mm-hmm.
only did I sing the song before his sermon, but I started leading the songs in the choir. It's where I got my first confidence. You know,
Wow.
it was built in my family and the dynamic of the church. And then my father died. My father
Oh.
passed when I was 12, and that's when I wrote my first song, and it was dedicated to him.
And what was the song
So
called?
I'm all alone.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And so that was the first time that I was able to articulate my heart in a song. And it's been on hill since then. Since then I've used music as a way of escaping, of
Okay.
purging my heart, getting what I really feel out. Because a lot of times we have to bottle our real feelings inside. I am very honest and transparent when I write.
So when you write, so when you get that inspiration to write, so is it when you're singing something else, or when you just if you're are you praying, or what? How is it?
It's my heightened emotion. So I can be extremely sad, I can be extremely angry, I can be extremely happy. But if I'm just normal people sad, I'm fine. I can't write. If I'm
Okay.
just regular happy, it's when I hit an extreme. Like
Mm.
I am so happy, I gotta write. I am so angry, I gotta write. I am so sad. Um, it's when I hit a height. There's this certain emotional height that I can't contain the emotion. And so
Mm.
it's spilling out and I have to put it somewhere. And so I
So you physically write, or do you do it in a recording
no,
device?
no. I might have the tune in my ear,
Right.
but the lyrics I have to see them on the paper. So even now, like I have to have
Woo!
a pencil and paper next to me because the way my mind is, I'm always thinking, and when one of those thoughts are trying to spill out, I'm like, this is something that's very important. I need to write that down because it can't be kept inside of me. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Wow. So you have transgressed, and you have, from the church. So you stayed in the church all the. So you didn't sing any. You didn't go and do any R&B or anything like.
oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I did.
Oh,
But here's what's so wonderful. I come from a extremely passionate, strong church family. But
yes.
not one time did my mother stifle or discourage me from singing the type of music I wanted to sing. I never wanted to sing raunchy R&B. I just love songs.
Yes.
So my mother she was my biggest supporter. Go for it. I would rehearse in front of her. And again, my mother's voice is one that is like, I wish the entire world could hear her. She's something else. I mean, she grips your soul. So she would be my critic. She would say, "Sing it. Let me hear you sing." And she'll say, well, why are you closing your eyes? And I'll be like, oh, okay. And I'll sing it like this. Well, why are you looking like that? You gotta own it. You gotta sing it like you want me to feel it. Otherwise, I ain't gonna feel it. And
Right.
so I wanted to be an R&B singer. I pursued an R&B career, and it was very promising. I started singing for the likes of Keith Sweat. Went to his studio. I was probably about 16. I was able to do my not my first recording, but my official recording song in his studio
Mhm.
at the Sweat Box. I sung for Usher's mother and all of this kind of stuff. And I went to college, and
Okay.
a friend of mine invited
So
me to
what
go.
was it singing for? You sang for Usher, right?
Well, not his mother.
His
His
mom.
mother,
His mom.
his mother was
Okay.
looking for some background singers, and I had a plan. I was a freshman in college. I said, "Listen, you gonna hire me to be a background singer, but one day you're gonna hear me sing solo, and you're gonna say, no, she's a star." So I was like, oh. I was like, no. I know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this background thing. Oh, but Miss J Pat, you gonna love me, baby. I'm gonna sing. You gonna say, who is this young lady? Come here, young lady. And I just knew that was how it's gonna happen. That is not what happened at all. I was in college in Mississippi, and
Oh, you went to Mississippi. Okay.
I went to Tougaloo College. I was driving to Atlanta, which was maybe about a 4 hour drive, and a friend invited me to church, and it just changed me. I went to a Pentecostal church, and they were like, if you haven't been baptized in the name of Jesus, you are not saved. And I was raised Baptist. I'm like,
What's
so
going on?
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I mean, what was the problem? I'm like, I already got baptized. What is it? So what? I'm not saved. Oh shoot. So I'm 18 years old. I get baptized again. I said, dip me back in. Hey, it can't hurt. Hey, in the name of Jesus, baptize me in the name of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Either way, God, I just want you to know I'm trying to do it the right way. But then I went into the tarrying room. That's a long, funny story. But
It's okay.
yeah, I didn't get after when you're in a Pentecostal church, apostolic, I don't know, it was Pentecostal, apostolic, something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
holistic. Yeah.
After I got baptized, they take you to the tarrying room. And I'm in there. I'm Jesus, 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 and the girls are popping up, speaking in the Holy Ghost, and I'm like,
Mhm.
all right. They was like, say in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus. I'm like, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, and I wasn't getting the gift of the tongues. So
Oh.
after about 2 hours, I mean, they got the newspaper. I'm signing up. I said, listen, it ain't happening today. I'm sorry. I
Well,
am
that's a personal. That happens. It happens to you, right?
yes,
So
but being young,
yes, you didn't
I
know.
wanted to follow because I didn't know.
Right.
The only person I had ever heard speak in tongues was my mother.
Mm,
And so growing up with that, I knew what it was, but I never asked my mother how she got it. So
mm.
I'm listening to them give me instruction like, oh, this is how you get it. Okay. So Jesus, 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 Jesus. And no, it did not come. Ended up coming. So that was the day, honestly, that something else started happening in my heart. The desire to sing R&B was like, it felt wrong. Something that never felt wrong to me felt very wrong. And I was like, uh, God, what was happening? I had a strong desire to throw all my CDs away.
Oh,
I had a catalog. I mean, and I'm in college, and my friends see me carrying CDs and putting it in the big dumpster right in the middle of the hallway. They're like, "Girl, give me these CDs. What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm like, God wouldn't be pleased with me. I have to do it the way God tells me to do it. My manager at the time called me, and I had found out I was pregnant. And it was the most devastating news. I just was like, there's
wow.
no way, God. There's no way. But I'm so grateful it happened because it was the necessary separation from one world that catapulted me into my relationship. I stopped wanting to be a star at that moment. My
Wow.
new prayer became, God, I'm not going to kill this kid. I am petrified. I'm going to run away because I don't want to disappoint my mama. But God, I'm just going to run away and then I'll pop up when the baby like 5 and nobody can be mad at that point.
So that
Baby,
was your plan, that you were going to run away. You ran away, and you're going to
yes,
pop up when you're back at when the baby's 5.
I'm going to pop up when the baby's 5 and my mom can't be mad. Hey, mama, look, the baby grown. I did all the hard work. All you got to do is love it, mom. But you know what? I had a panic attack that put me in the hospital, and they had to call my mother for insurance. And
Mm.
she found out, and when I got on the phone with her, I said, "I already know you'll be mad at me, and that's okay, and that's fine. I'm gonna do everything." And she said, "Jessica," she said, "Can you hear me?" "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Come home, baby. Come home." I
Mm.
said, "You don't want me, Mom. I know you don't. I'm such an embarrassment. I know." She said, "Baby, we'll work it and figure it out together." And I dropped out of college. I came home and became an AT&T technician. And
Wow. So what
yeah,
were you taking in college before, while you were in when you were in?
so I ended up getting 2 scholarships. I didn't have one scholarship when I came on the campus because I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to be a singer. But my counselor at the high school, "Mama, you gotta go to school." I said, "All right." So I just showed up. I showed up to the school. My sister went to Jackson State. She was about 15 minutes up the road. I was like, "All right, I go to Mississippi. I go to Tougaloo." I got accepted. I walk on the campus. I'm seeing all these students sign up for financial aid. I said, "Financial aid? Oh shoot!" I was supposed to sign up. I went to the music department. You know, when you want a music scholarship, you have to do that months prior. You go
Right.
through an audition process. Nope, I went in there. I said, "Excuse me, hi, I'm looking for the director of the," and she was so dignified. She said, "I am the director." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Hi, my name is Jessica Reedy. I want to audition for a scholarship." She said, "No, sweetheart, you don't. That's not how we do things. The audition process is over. So maybe you can audition next year, but this year is set." I said, "No, ma'am. I'm here to get," because I
You
didn't
have
know.
an addiction today.
I didn't have fears.
You didn't have
You know,
no fear.
I didn't
Fearless.
have the knowledge of that fear because I didn't have the knowledge of the process. So I was like, "No, ma'am, I'm here. You here. You're the person I need to sing in front of. I'm actually the instrument. We can just go ahead and do this right now." and just and I ended up I God had to touch her heart. And she said, "Okay, fine." No, really. She said, "Sing." My heart beat fast. I said, "Yes, ma'am." I sang one of my R&B songs. And when you get a music scholarship, it's for classical music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm singing and I'm doing runs and stuff, and she's just unimpressed.
Mm.
Huh. She said, "I'll give you a scholarship for my department because I can hear your voice. However, we don't sing that kind of music here." I was like, "All right." So she gave me a scholarship that day. Then I'm walking on the campus trying to get to like the cafeteria. And one of the professors at mass communication said, "Excuse me, what's your major?" I said, "It just became music." My major is music now. He said, "If I give you a scholarship, will you come to my department?" I said, "What's your department?" He said, "Mass communication." He said, "You have a beautiful face for television."
Wow.
I said, "Well, all right, yes, sir." So, so I majored in music and mass communication, and I got
Wow.
scholarships for it. Uh-huh.
You see how God worked that?
Oh
You
my
didn't even
goodness.
know.
Oh, I knew he was laughing at me. He said, "Look at her. She's just a lost ant, just going from place to place." And he just had blessings waiting on me. It's, yeah, it was a blessing.
Well, I look at you now, and you had your baby? Was it a daughter, a son, or?
I had a son. Yes, he's
Wow.
14 now.
Ooh.
Yeah, oh, I don't know my life without him. I don't know. I don't know who I would be. That boy is something special. I'm not sure how God uses what others might deem as evil and really make it so planned out. I don't know my life without my son. I have three sons now, and each one of them has not only taught me but helped me because I've gone through so many lows
Mhm.
and I've been so lonely in those times. And that, my second oldest will come and say, "Mama, can I marry you?" I'm like, what? I said, "Mama, can I be your husband?" I said, "Well, no, son. You're gonna be somebody else's husband." He said, "Well, why?"
Because that's how it goes.
He said no. And he's such a gentleman. He got on one knee and like put his hand here. He said, "Will you marry me?" And it's these moments where I
Yes.
can't get lost in my feelings and my thoughts that God just He's blessed me. He's set up the moments where I needed the joy before I knew I would need it.
Wow.
While we were talking, the baby boy just walked over here
Oh,
and
tell him hi.
touched my knee. I said, I kind of gave him the
Oh, he went away. Oh, you gotta wave to you.
when he walked over there, he said, it's different stuff they do. And I'll just be like, you guys love me. you know,
You're getting some extra good cooking for that one.
absolutely.
So, how did you feel when you were going on BET's Sunday Best?
Oh my goodness. Petrified, underqualified, out of place. I'm talking about these were some of the most magnificent singers I had ever heard in my life. They were just sitting, we would go out to eat and they just was singing. And I'd just be like, hey, like, come on, Jessica, jump in. I'm like, mm-mm. I got it. I got it. Because what happened, B-Boss, all of my life, I was a first soprano.
Wow.
When I had my son, my voice dropped to a low tenor, and I could never hit that top soprano anymore. So I quit singing.
Wow.
I gave up singing for 2 years. Not a hum. I didn't hum a note. I didn't sing a note. I didn't do any of that. And so what ends up happening, I lost my voice. When I would try to sing, it was just nothing would come out. So I didn't have confidence in this
Right.
new voice. So I'm sitting in here, I felt like an imposter. Like,
That's not my voice. That's not
I
me.
don't know who voice this is that y'all are impressed with, but this is not the voice that should impress you. I really had a voice, and I wish y'all could have heard that one because this one sounds like a man. And I'm like, I was stuck. I was stuck in that identity thing. God had created a new creation in me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't shaking the old wineskin good. I was like, I'm at a new opportunity, but I want to use what was old. And he was like, no, it's a new thing that happened. Embrace it. This is a lane I've carved out for you. Nobody sings like this. I've just made a
Mm-hmm.
specific lane for you, Jessica, that will make you distinctive, where people can they will compare themselves to you as opposed to you being more of the same. And took a while for me to embrace that because I felt so out of place. Like, God, everybody is a soprano. I am a soprano. Just give me back what you
That's your
gave
voice.
me. That's it. I'm them. Give it back. And no. And I had to embrace this. So being on BET Sunday Best was like, I felt like an imposter. I felt like at any moment they were going to discover, oh, she really cannot sing. And I was just like waiting. I was waiting on my day. I was like, yep, today's probably gonna be the day they're gonna figure
And
out.
plus, he must felt a little intimidated. If these are picking out all these black, white, black singers, Spanish, people, and they're sing really well. They can just pop off a note. You know what I
Really
mean?
well. No, they were exceptional. Oh, I'm
Yes.
talking about the cream of the crop. They were, some were vocally trained. They held their breath for 29 minutes. Like they could like sing. And I'm like, I dropped out of college before I could really get my training. I don't know. And then because at the time when I was on the show, I was the youngest. So there were people on the show, they had been on television before. They knew what to do. They were like, "Hi, how are you?" Yes. Being from Baltimore, being from California. And I'm just like, I just got
Mm.
my son and I'm so happy to be here. I just, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say.
So the song, so you came, but yes, people, yes, everybody out there. She came. You came first runner up.
Yes, I did. Oh, can you believe that? It was crazy. So imagine being me and being in the presence of all of these greats and watching them leave. And they're hearing my real thoughts before we even get on the stage. I'm like, well, y'all, this is probably my last night. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being so kind to me. They're like, no, Jessica, we love you. And then watching them leave. And I'm like, y'all are making a mistake. Like, this person deserves to be here. Did you hear their voice?
So
And
the
it,
song that you sang that you won, can you give us
yes.
a little lyrics of it or no?
What song was it? Was it,
It was the one you did. Better Grace. No. Back from your heart, running back to you from your
oh,
heart.
oh, oh man. Here's the disclaimer. Here's a disclaimer. I had I had only heard that song growing up. I did not know the lyrics. While we were in line ready to audition for the judges, there was a guy who made the show named John McClure. John McClure Jr. I said, John, I said, can I borrow your lyric sheet? He was like, but but I but I need it. I said, but I'm about to go in here. He said, but if we both sing the same song back to back, they might not choose both of us. I said, but our voices are so different. I said, they don't want me to sing the same song, and I need to learn a new song. I actually learned that song moments before I went out there.
Wow.
Yeah. And so John actually ended up coming on the show, and I was so happy to see him. I think he was number 5.
Okay.
He was number 5. Let me see if I can remember the words. I said that to let you know I don't know the song, even though I sang it and it was all right. Hold on. And I am running back to you. I see you standing there for me. Your arms are open wide, and I don't have to cry no more. You're standing there for me, and I am running back to you. Why did I go astray when I know I am no good when I'm on my own? I think that's the words.
Woo!
Not the words. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No. So when you won that, so who have you performed with? I should say who you have not performed with, but who have you performed with?
Oh man. Um, I've basically performed with everyone in the gospel world. Um, when
What
it
did you do with Mary Mary? Did you do?
I've performed with Mary, Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams. Shucks.
How
Oh,
was it performing with her, Yolanda? Yeah.
poised. She her presence demanded the lady in me to stand up. I've always been so shy. I was raised to be extremely respectful, and it brings out a shy nature. But when you are in her presence, something inside says it's okay to be a woman. And you know, she just poised. She's just the type of person that says, "Hello, Justin. It is so great to see you. You look wonderful." And I'm like, "Well, hello. It is so great to see
See
you."
you.
You know, and then I'm goofy. It's like it helped me in the beginning because I was looking at so many different examples of what I wanted to be and what I didn't want to be. And she made the list of I loved the way she handled herself around her peers. I loved her stature and how she kept her head up. And when she talked, when she walked long. Her shoulders were back. And I just was like, huh, you know, because I kind of slouched and it helped me posture myself. So yeah, she being around her, let alone being on the same stage as her, was just a great honor. Great honor.
So who would you like to work with and perform with that you haven't?
Ooh, I don't know. I guess there's so many and then not so many.
Okay.
I've sang with so many people who I would love to work with. I would have to say probably like Anita Baker.
Wow.
I would I would love to work with Anita Baker. I would love to sing with Layla Hathaway. You know, their voices are like it's something, right? It's how they approach things when they're singing, the emotion that they feel. I don't know what the song would be, but it would be wonderful for that to happen. Wonderful.
All right. So tell us about your songs. Better, better come or better grace, better grace.
Better. So better is a song, and then Grace is a song.
Better. Okay, better. Okay, tell us about better, and then you can tell us about grace.
So better was written during a time where I was very depressed. The industry had dealt me some cards that I wasn't prepared for,
Okay.
and there was no one to teach me and let me or defend me.
Mhm.
And it was like it really is when I realized it's like a gang, in a way. It's like, oh man, I'm a new kid, and you guys get to do this, huh? Even if you're wrong, that's crazy. This is. I'm like, this is high school. This is crazy. I think I'm being bullied, and and I was depressed. I was hurt. And I got so angry in the inside that I said, you know what? It is not hard to be evil. It's harder to be good.
Mm,
You know what? It's probably time for me to show y'all I can do this too. It's not hard. It's not hard
right.
to not care about how I make you feel, to take from you, to lie on you, to manipulate. That's not hard at all. The temptations are always there. So when you see me being kind, I have fought through temptations to be like you. But I said, no, you know what? I'm doing it. And I was angry and ready. Anybody that wanted to say something mean or cruel or bully, I was like, oh, yeah, you've met your match today.
So
You
tell us
thought,
about.
yeah, you thought I was gonna smile this one away. I am not.
You're not
You get
smiling
ready. And what happened was, I went to wash my hands. I was having actually a good day. I went to wash my hands, and one of my gifts is sometimes God allows me to see what demons people might have inside when I look in their eyes. So I'm
it.
washing my hands, and I looked up, and my face looks like this.
Mm,
And I'm like, I'm having a good day. And even when I smiled, it was like it was. I'm like, what is that? And I looked in my eyes. I said, "Woo, girl." Oh, you got them. They're here. And that song was the bookmark to never be this person again, no matter what happens.
So
Don't let
tell
me.
us about Grace.
So Grace is just the testament of the sinner in me, the person that just can't get it right. No matter how many more warning God gives me, I'm just like, God, I'm so sorry. You keep on loving me no matter what I do. Huh? Oh, I love you. You know, and it's like that love, it makes me want to do the right thing. It's not, even though you whoop me, but it's when you are so merciful and graceful towards me that I'm like, I can't do this guy wrong. This guy that loves me like this, God that is caring about, I can't. Sorry. It's not that I don't want to, but I just can't. Somebody loves me. And it's the love that has kept me on the straight and narrow, if that makes sense.
Yes. So tell us about your new single.
Yes, I will.
But we should play it first.
Yes, please. Please, 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 please.
So we're gonna play this single, and then she's gonna tell us about it. People here, because that's what we do.
Awesome.
That's what we do. That's what we do sometimes when the people are when they're supposed to. So just oh, just hold on. I have it here. Oh, there you go. It's doing the preview.
It's no longer there. But honestly, I know that I'm wrong. Though I feel weak, something is strong inside of me. So I'm not gonna quit, cause I know I've got something inside. And though I fail, I've gotta keep trying through the tears. Yes, I'm scared, but I won't let fear win, cause I hear this voice deep inside telling me that it's not a lie. Yes, I am, and yes, I can, and I will. They said that I could, they always doubt me. Closed doors and rejection, I'm constantly fighting. It's like they want me to throw in the towel. Too many opinions, hate that I asked. How could they know what's been put inside me? They call me crazy, they can't figure me out. But honestly, I know that they're...
All right. Woo. Well, if you want to hear more of the song, people, you're gonna have to go and you're gonna have to go listen to it or purchase it. Correct?
Yes, please. Yes.
Well, that song really can relate to a lot of people. I will.
Yes, ma'am. It's a testament of resilience and persevering. Life is going to do what it's supposed to do. Our job is to push, because as we push, we get sharpened. There are different muscles that are formed. But a lot of times, the voices, the opinions, our voice, the opinions of people that know who we are and who we were and where they thought we would be, and all of those things and those expectations sometimes can discourage you from taking the route and the journey, because it might look like it's too far from reach. And I just have to keep telling myself, like, no, that's a lie. It ain't too far. It ain't done yet.
I will.
I will, and I'm going to continue. And this voice that I keep hearing that say, no, 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 push, make the call. It's been Jesus all along. It's that voice like, hey, wake up and call such and such. Send this email. You forgot to follow up on this. Go follow. It's like, God, that's been you this whole time. So
You got to learn to listen to God's voice
absolutely.
in a lot of things. And sometimes you ignore it, and then that's when you have problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or somebody else is telling you something, and it's like, no, God didn't tell me to do that, but somebody else. So it's the separation between, spirit and flesh.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the more time you spend with God, the more you can decipher his voice in those moments where everything is too loud. I spend so much time with him that when all the voices are clanking, I'm like, everybody be quiet. God, what you say now? I know what he says. Y'all leave me alone. I can right here, my sister here, my own opinion there, my sons. Everybody be quiet. Would you like for me to do this? No? Okay. I'm not doing it. But you need to. I'm not doing it. There's that. And then God will show me, good job, because I have this for you. So I will is that. Keep pushing. Keep going. You can, you will, you are. That's just the end of it because God says so. And it's my favorite.
So tell us about, you open a school. I guess that's the teacher side of you.
Yes. Oh, I love teachers. Let me tell you. So my school is called the Industry Development Center. And it is because, as I told you, when I went through all of those hardships in the industry, there was no one to teach me how to keep emotional balance in the midst of learning the new skills that will be required to survive my industry. So I went up and down with depression. I just did not understand how people who came in the name of God were doing this. I was shook. I was like,
it's never a surprise. I'm telling you.
It was I couldn't, it didn't make logical sense, emotional sense, but I was like, oh my God, I would rather die. And so when God delivered me from it, I felt an urge to, like, other people should know what to do, no matter what industry that you're in, how to heal, how to be a whole person in your industry so you can think straight. Because when obstacles come, which are inevitable, you need to have a very clear thought about life, a clear thought about your identity, a clear thought about who you are, so that you're not moved, you don't compromise, and you don't lose yourself or think that this is the end. This is just a moment. And I didn't have emotional intelligence to recognize moments. I thought moments were lifetimes. So I treated them like lifetimes. I went hard in a moment only to live out that moment and be like, whoa, look at that damage. I did not know all of that was going on. And so the Industry Development Center is a school where we develop you for your industry, allowing you to recognize that you are the gift that makes room for you. It's not your talent. Your talent itself is all by itself, but it's you. And when you can own you, when you can hone in on who God has made you to be, you can go into any room. God will open that door for you to come into that room. And then you can shine all them talents. We are built with many talents. I'm great at a lot of stuff. Y'all only see a few of them. I'm talking about, I'm around here building houses. Like I'm great at a lot of stuff. So it's like, it's you. And a lot of us put so much energy on a talent. I sing, but I act too. And I teach, and I mother, and I support, and I help, and I provide, and I pray, and I discern, and I intercede. I do a lot of stuff. You get what I mean? So yeah, the Industry Development Center, you can go to the industrydevelopmentcenter.com, and we have online classes and in-person.
What age group did it have to be? Is it adult or younger?
It is an adult school.
Oh, okay.
It's an adult school. We do it.
You don't want to have like little children.
Yeah, what you going on? What's going on in your industry at school? You'll be all right, baby. Come here. So no. It's for adults. It's for adults.
Okay, for adults. Okay, because then people said I'm gonna roll in that. No.
Don't bring your kid. It's not a daycare. No. You know, parents be looking for anybody. You said you want my kid. Please give me a break. No.
Jessica really said no.
Not that kind of party.
It's not that kind of work.
No.
So on the social medias and are there any shout outs that you want to give people? Because I know in your acting, where have you acted at before you?
This is actually a great question. I was in a movie, of course, called Who Can I Run To? But that was some years prior. Here's a little secret. I have.
You want to hear the juice?
I recently wrote my first screenplay and it was picked up. So I'm in the works right now of my first film that I'm going to write and direct, and I am overjoyed. I cannot tell you how happy I am. It is crazy how people I met years ago, and I just was like, sure, you can put my song in your movie, I don't care. Circle back and said, because you did that, you can have all of this. That's why you got to treat people good.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh my gosh. Not just that, but you can't be money hungry, even if you have time. You got to do things led by the Holy Spirit and just trust that God won't let you lose anything that leaves your hand, because it's so many moving objects that are coming back that I'm like, I didn't know you was going to be a part of this part of my life. Oh my, you gonna do that for me? You said you're gonna call Netflix. You gonna do it? Oh God! Oh my God!
When we can look forward for the movie so we can see it?
So Lord willing, it will be this year. Tentatively, we are looking at a June, July release for the film. Of course,
you gotta come back. You gotta come back on and tell us.
I have to. Oh
yes,
God!
Tell us about the movie and bring some of them actors with you.
Yes. So
Today was your beautiful journey and getting to know Jessica REEDY, because a lot of people probably all over didn't know about you, or maybe they seen you but they didn't know who your name was and couldn't connect the dots. So would you like to say any shout outs to people?
I want to shout out my beautiful team. My manager, Doug Jackson. I thank you, Doug. Thank you for being family. Thank you for helping me. Thank you to Sarita Smiley for everything that you've contributed, to Brittany Morris, everything you've contributed, to my attorney, Kevin Golden. Thank you. I thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for being in my life. Garrett Johnson, and just a lot of different moving pieces. Tony White, Michael, it's a lot of people. I love y'all. I just want to tell y'all I love y'all. Thank you.
Right. And if people want to find you on social media, is this your name or is it
yes, it's Jessica REEDY Music on all platforms. So that's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay. Well, Jessica, I'm telling you, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And for you to I didn't think we were going to get it all up, but we did. We have to layer it, because we have to have people understand who Jessica is, so I had to make sure that that people, oh my gosh, this is where she came from. This is where you came from, and this is where you are, and this is what we're expecting from you, that movie.
Yes.
So a lot of people got to look forward to that.
I'm excited. I can't wait for you all to see it. It's going to be one to remember. Absolutely. Nothing you've seen before.
Okay, well, you can't give us the inside information, but before it's ready to drop, you better come back on.
I'm coming back on. You have my word. I'm coming.
All right. So, Jessica, I do want to thank you for coming on today and telling us about your really musical journey, about your life journey. I want to thank you. And I do want to thank the viewers out there for watching Real Life Matters. So, everybody, good night. Bye for now.
Good night.